Let's continue in the Tafsir of Surat Kahf, the cave. And we're starting on Ayah 45. The author says, starting with the word of God Almighty, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم واضرب لهم مثل الحياة الدنيا. Give them an example of the earthly life. Yani, an analogy. كماء أنزلناه من السماء فاختلط به نبات الأرض. It is like water that we brought down from the sky. Then the plants of the earth mingle with that water and become dense. فاختلط به نبات الأرض. Then the plants of the earth mingle with that water. Mingle with it, mix with it. فاختلط به نبات الأرض. Then the plants of the earth mix with it, mingle with that water and become dense. Then the plants will become dense and entangled. اختلط. Or it means فاختلط به نبات الأرض. Then the plants of the earth intertwine with each other by that water. So either it means then the plants of the earth mix with that water and become dense, mingle with that water and become dense. Or it means then the plants of the earth intertwine with each other by that water. فَأَصْبَحَ هَشِيمًا تَذْرُوهُ الرِّيَاحُ. But eventually it becomes withered and dispersed by the winds. Those plants, the plants of the earth. Yani, that's how the dunya is, temporary. You would find some enjoyment in this dunya, and then it goes away. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا. And in eternity, Allah was over everything, absolutely powerful. Yani muqtadir, al-muqtadir, that's one of his names, al-muqtadir. Al-muqtadir is an emphatic form of al-qadir. Allah Ta'ala is al-qadir, the powerful, the one attributed with power. And he is al-qadir, the very powerful, that's more emphatic. And he is al-muqtadir, yani the mighty powerful, absolutely powerful, or utterly powerful. Yani even more emphatic, has more letters. He has the power to create and to destroy. المال والبنون زينة الحياة الدنيا. Money and children are the decoration of the earthly life, meaning not the decoration of the grave and the afterlife. Money and children are not the decoration of the grave and the afterlife. They are the decoration of the earthly life. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. But what lasts are the good deeds. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ. What lasts are the good deeds. That is, as he mentions, as Allah says, خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. They are better to your Lord for reward, more rewardable, and a better aspiration, that is something better to hope for. But that which one hopes for concerning those lasting good deeds is something that one would reap in the afterlife. That's why it's amal, a hope. خير أملا والباقيات الصالحات. What lasts, what remains are the good deeds. خير عند ربك. Those good deeds are better to your Lord. ثوابا, for reward or as reward. وخير أملا, and a better aspiration. Something better to be hopeful for. Hopeful in the afterlife. The Kafir, he doesn't have this hope for the afterlife. Either he has no hope or concern for the afterlife, or he has false hopes for the afterlife. He's not really doing good deeds and hoping that his Lord will forgive him and reward him. He expects that his Lord will forgive him. Yani, he doesn't even think about forgiveness. He expects that he will be in a good standing in the afterlife. And he says, I'm a good person. That's what the Kafir says. I'm a good person, you might even say, and I'm a humble one. I will go to heaven. The case is not as he hopes. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ. What lasts are the good deeds. This part here. Some said this is how to explain the other ayah. كُلُّ شَيْءٍ هَالِكٌ إِلَّا وَجْهَهُ. This one. كُلُّ شَيْءٍ هَالِكٌ إِلَّا وَجْهَهُ. Everything will perish but his wajh. ما يتقرب به إليه. Everything will perish but the good deeds that were done for his sake. This ayah here complements that tafsir for that ayah. And it can be explained also in another way. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ. What lasts, what remains are the good deeds. كُلُّ شَيْءٍ هَالِكٌ إِلَّا وَجْهَهُ. Everything shall perish but what was done for his sake. وَيَوْمَ نُسَيِّرُ الْجِبَالِ. And mention the day when we remove the mountains from their chasms. Yani, mention the day when we make the mountains blow away like dust. They were firm, hard structures, and then on that day they will be pulverized into dust and blow away. وَتَرَى الْأَرْضَ بَارِزَةً. And you will see the earth devoid of mountains or trees. Yani, it will be clear, the earth cleared, bare. وَحَشَرْنَاهُمْ. And we will have gathered them all. And we will have gathered them all, believers and disbelievers. Yani, before that. Yani, وَيَوْمَ نُسَيِّرُ الْجِبَالِ. And mention the day when we remove the mountains from their chasms. وَتَرَى الْأَرْضَ بَارِزَةً. And you will see the earth bare, devoid of mountains or trees. وَحَشَرْنَاهُمْ. And we will have gathered them, all, believers and disbelievers, before that. Yani, before making the mountains dissipate, and before you see the earth devoid of mountains or trees, Allah will have already brought them forth from their graves. All of them. That's why Nusayir, that's in the present tense or future tense. The day when we remove the mountains, وَتَرَى, and when you see the earth, وَحَشَرْنَاهُمْ, and we will have already gathered them before that, so that they see those horrors, so that they see those shocking matters, so that they see those mountains pulverized into dust and then blow away, and then see the earth bare. They will all have been gathered already. فَلَمْ نُغَادِرْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا. And we do not miss a single one. Not a single individual amongst those humans or genies will be missed. Subhanallah wa bihamdih. From the billions and billions of them, Allah will not miss a single one of them. They will all be in attendance on that day. وَعُرِضُوا عَلَى رَبِّكَ صَفًّا. And it will be as if they are on display for your Lord. Every nation in a row. They are all seen as an individual is seen. So that's what some of them, like At-Tahawi, call Al-Ard. Said we believe in Al-Ard, which is we believe in the creations being on display on Resurrection Day. And also here, وَعُرِضُوا عَلَى رَبِّكَ صَفًّا. And it will be as if they are on display for your Lord. Every nation in a row. They are all seen as an individual is seen. All of them seen like a single one would be seen. لَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. We say to them, you have been recreated back to life for our judgment, just as you were created the first time, as barefoot, naked, uncircumcised individuals. That's how you were created the first time, and that's how you're going to come back again. Or it means, لَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا. You have, so if you translate it very, very literally, it means, you have come to us. We swear, you have indeed come to us. كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. Just as we have created you the first time, meaning, you have been resurrected just like you were created before. Yani you were created, that was something that happened, that was real. And now you have been resurrected. That's something that's real too. You have been resurrected just like you were created. Both of those are real. Or it means, لَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا. You have come to us, meaning you have been recreated back to life for our judgment. كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. Like, yani, having a status, a situation similar to your situation when you were first created. How's that? You come out of your mother naked, barefoot, and uncircumcised. بَلْ زَعَمْتُمْ أَن لَّن نَّجْعَلَ لَكُم مَّوْعِدًا. In fact, you denier of resurrection have claimed that we shall not make an appointment, meaning we shall not make a resurrection for you. وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابِ. And the book of deeds shall be placed. فَتَرَى الْمُجْرِمِينَ مُشْفِقِينَ مِمَّا فِيهِ. And you will see the blaspheming criminals, or the guilty blasphemers, afraid of what is in it. Afraid of what is, afraid of the sins documented therein. وَيَقُولُونَ يَا وَيْلَتَنَا. And when they see what is in it, they say in astonishment, woe is us! مَا لِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ لَا يُغَادِرُ صَغِيرَةً وَلَا كَبِيرَةً. What is with this book? What is wrong with this book? What is the case of this book? This is so baffling, so astonishing. What is it? لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها. It does not miss a single sin, small or big. Nothing was done but that it encompasses it. Every single thing they did, they will find it there. All the sins. Those kuffar, that's all they're going to have in their book of deeds, sins. While we are alive now in this dunya, everything we do is recorded. All of our deeds, meaning of all the 5 judgments, the obligations, the prohibitions, the sins that is, the recommendations, the disliked matters, and the indifferent things. So every single thing we do is recorded in this life. That's for everyone. Even the kafir, every single thing he does is recorded. But some of it will be erased for presentation on Resurrection Day. What will be erased? Whatever is not related to reward or punishment. Anything unrelated to reward and punishment is erased. So what's not related to reward and punishment? The indifferent things. Neither rewardable nor punishable. Like if a person stood or sat. And the disliked things, they will be erased because there's no reward for them and there's no punishment for them. Like if a person stepped into the bathroom with his right foot, there's no sin here, there's no punishment here, and there's no reward here. So it will be erased. All that will be left is what's rewardable. That's the obligations and the recommendations, but that's only for believers. And sins. That's for believers too. And the kafir won't have anything but sins because he won't have any obligations recorded for him on Resurrection Day. And he won't have any recommended good deeds recorded for him on Resurrection Day. When he opens his book of deeds, he will only find in there sins. And he will be horrified. وَوَجَدُوا مَا عَمِلُوا حَاضِرًا. And they find what they have done present. Meaning documented. Everything. Or it means, and they find the result of what they have done present, which is the torture. If you explain it that way, then there's something implied. وَوَجَدُوا جَزَاءَ مَا عَمِلُوا حَاضِرًا. Then they find the payment of what they have done present, which is torture. So either it means they will find everything that they have done present, meaning documented, or it means they will find the payment for what they have done present, meaning the torture. وَلَا يَظْلِمُ رَبُّكَ أَحَدًا. And your Lord does not wrong anyone. He does not punish anyone for a sin that he did not deserve, or withhold any reward of a believer's good deed. SubhanAllah. This Quran is so intricate. SubhanAllahi wa bihamdi. I think about how the Quran was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ, and how the Sahaba were receiving it. How they received it. Not in order. Not in order of its recitation. They received it in pieces. And not in, I'm just going to say, not in order. This has big meaning for their comprehension of things. And then it was put into order for them. Put together for them. This, mashallah, there's a lot of knowledge here, a lot of benefit for comprehension. I don't even know if I can express to you what I'm trying to say to you. How this Quran is like so many things all come together. SubhanAllah. Let me continue. وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ. And mention when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. فَسَجَدُوا. They therefore prostrated. إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. However, Iblis did not prostrate. So, someone might translate it this way. And when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, so they prostrated, except Iblis. And then from there, when he translates it this way, or he comprehends it this way even in Arabic, so even if it's not a case of translation, but that's how he comprehends it. Then from there he would think that Iblis was an angel. And that's a great blunder, because it says right after that, كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. He was a genie. فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. And he disobeyed the command of his Lord. By saying he disobeyed the command of his Lord, this proves that he was indeed commanded to prostrate like the angels were commanded to prostrate. And this wording does not prove that he was an angel. Rather, this is just a type of or style of speech in Arabic to make such an exception. Yani excluding something from other than its own kind. Excluding something from other than its own kind. That's a valid exclusion in Arabic language. You could say in Arabic what would mean the people arrived except their luggage. So their luggage, when you say except their luggage, doesn't mean the luggage is people. The people arrived except their luggage. So maybe you wouldn't say that in English. Maybe someone would say, huh? That doesn't work. Okay, but in Arabic, if you were to say it in Arabic, it would work. And like that says here, فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسِ. They, the angels, prostrated except Iblis. Meaning, he didn't prostrate, but he wasn't an angel. And then it's clarified. كَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. He was a genie. You said, what does it mean to be a genie? A genie means a creature that's created from fire. It's called in Arabic jinn or jinni. So a creature created from soil, the walking, talking one, he's called bashar, human. And the one that's created from light, he's called malak, angel. And the one that's created from fire is called jinni, genie. That's clear. It's literally where the word genie comes from. You're welcome. I know some people aren't used to that, but I do it on purpose because for something in myself that I think promotes some comprehension of something and some realization of something. With some people, they said, don't say genie. So then I said to them, well, why you say angel? If you can't say genie, why you can say angel? Why you can say many, many things also. أَفَتَتَّخِذُونَهُ وَذُرِّيَّتَهُ أَوْلِيَاءَ مِن دُونِي. Would you take him and his progeny as obeyed masters instead of me? Meaning, would you worship them? Would you worship Satan and his progeny instead of me? وَهُمْ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ. While they are enemies of yours? بِئْسَ لِلظَّالِمِينَ بَدَلًا. What a bad replacement are Satan and his children for the unjust to obey. Yani, what a bad alternative are they to worshiping God alone. مَا أَشْهَدْتُهُمْ خَلْقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. I did not enable Satan and his progeny to witness the creation of heavens and earth. So that means, therefore, if they didn't witness creation of heavens and earth, then for sure they have no participation in its creation. They did not participate in creating heavens and earth. They didn't even witness the creation of heavens and earth. So then they do not deserve worship. وَلَا خَلْقَ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Nor did I make them witness each other's creation. وَمَا كُنْتُ مُتَّخِذَ الْمُضِلِّينَ عَضُدًا. And I would not take the misguiding ones as assistants in creating. So how could you worship them? وَيَوْمَ يَقُولُ نَادُوا شُرَكَائِيَ الَّذِينَ زَعَمْتُمْ فَدَعَوْهُمْ. And mention the day when God says, summon my partners amongst the idols that you have claimed. Then they summon them. Yani, this doesn't mean they are really his partners. It means in your claim they are his partners. So summon them. And then they call upon them, as mentioned in some other ayahs too. They would, at one stage in Judgment Day, they would pray to their idols and then nothing will happen. فَلَمْ يَسْتَجِيبُوا لَهُمْ. Then the idols do not answer them. وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَهُمْ مَوْبِقًا. And we have made between the idols and their worshippers a place of doom and severe torture, a valley in hell. وَرَأَى الْمُجْرِمُونَ النَّارِ. And the criminals or the guilty see the fire. فَظَنُّوا أَنَّهُمْ مُوَاقِعُوهَا. And they correctly think, yani they're sure. So literally says they think that they are to fall into it. It means they know that they are going to fall into it. وَلَمْ يَجِدُوا عَنْهَا مَصْرِفًا. And they do not find from it any escape. On Resurrection Day, there's nowhere for them to run. As soon as they come out of their graves, they're going to find their two angels. Those two angels, like officers, guarding, yani keeping them from escaping. وَلَقَدْ صَرَّفْنَا فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ لِلنَّاسِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ. And we swear, in this Quran we have given clarity for the people by every kind of example, so that they take heed. وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ أَكْثَرَ شَيْءٍ جَدَلًا. And the disbelieving human is the most argumentative thing. Yani, nothing is more argumentative than a human. That's the meaning of the ayah. That's what the ayah proves. Sadaqallahu al-azim. We'll stop there. If you have any question I can answer for you?